bend your elbows, and let's see some backward and forward hip circles with your left leg. Okay, the key here is to keep your knee bent at all times. Try to get it up into your butt and work those hips. Let's just see a couple more, Jay. Okay, the next part of the mobility type of warm-up for this will be a straight hip flexor stretch. And you want to stretch, this is your hip flexor right here. You want to stretch that out because when that's tight, a lot of times if you have back pain after you've run or after you've worked out, it's because your hip flexors are tight and they're pulling you forward like this. So in order to loosen up your hips for the proper extension for running, for speed, for sprinting, for kicking, you want to get that all stretched out. So Jay's going to show you a very basic step forward hip flexor stretch. So go into it, start off with your hands on your hips. Lean back. You want to lean back and stretch right here as much as you can with your hands on your hips. Now you do this for about a 5 or 10 count, and then once you're done with that, now put your hand over your head. The same hand, back like this, and now lean back. And this should get your hip flexors nice and stretched out for what's in front. Alright, the next hip exercise is going to be a walking ankle sled drag. And this is another one that's going to increase your hip strength. And what this does, I'm assuming you've integrated all this into a solid program of lower body exercise. And what this will help you recover also, because watch, when Jay does this, he's going to step forward. He's got this strap to his ankle, and it's attached to a dragging sled. He's going to come up like this and step forward. Now let's see one guy. And if you look, there's no negative or eccentric portion with this exercise. He's only going forward. He's only pushing. He's not being pulled backward. So this is going to not really mimic the hip movement of kicking a soccer ball, but it's going to help accentuate the recovery in your hips from squatting, from deadlifting, from doing clean snatches, that type of thing, and work the same type of rotation that you would when you're kicking a soccer ball. So let's see you just go to the line, Jay. Alright, the next exercise on the list is going to be a glute ham raise, but the problem with that is not many gyms have an actual glute ham raise unit on the floor. So what we do is we improvise this a little. Glute ham raise is the best exercise you can do for your hamstrings, and as any strength and conditioning coach will tell you, hamstrings are the key to having running speed, explosive power. It all comes from your hips and your hamstrings. So what we're going to do is kind of an improvised glute ham raise that you can do with a partner, or you can do, you know, with your feet anchored behind you. So me and Jay are going to show you this right now. Jay, get down. Alright, the guy doing the exercise is going to be on his knees. The other guy is going to be holding his Achilles right here like this. Now Jay's going to go down, try to keep an arch in his back and hold the negative as long as you possibly can. Catch yourself with your hands, push yourself up with the minimum amount of force possible, and try to curl your entire body up with your hamstrings. Let's just do a couple more, Jay. Try not to stick your butt out so much. One more. Try these for a few weeks and your hamstring strength will just go through the roof. When you take a step forward, your back leg, there should be a full extension from your toes all the way up to your head. And when people have weak quads, weak hamstrings, weak lower backs, you'll find that they're bent over like this. So in order to improve your running speed, your hips, your back, you do step-ups, and you're going to have an explosive knee lift at the end with your proper running form. And the key, what you want to watch is when somebody's looking from the side like this camera angle, is to make sure the guy's straight up and down and fully extended. So let's see Jay do a couple. Step up. Okay. Full extension. And do it explosively, Jay. Get that arm up like this. These will mimic your running form. Okay, it's important at the end of every lower body workout or any kind of athletic workout to do something for your abs. And when you're doing things soccer specific, and since our theme here is hips, nothing hits your hips harder in terms of doing your abs than any kind of leg raises, lying leg raises, hanging leg raises. We have a twist on the hanging leg raise we're going to do. We call these windshield wipers. What Jay's going to do, he's going to hang from the bar, raise his legs, and they're going to go side to side like a set of windshield wipers over this step-up box. So Dan, let's see a little example of this. Your leg straight, just back and forth, back and forth. This is a tough one, so you might want to learn how to actually do a straight-up leg raise before you try this. But this is brutal, and this will work your abs and your hips.